Okay, so this is actually what I needed to unlock, so let's talk to Ol Man Bal. Now hurry and shut off the sand sensors. Or do you have something else you want to ask? So you can actually ask where the sensors are. It doesn't really matter because you can see them on the map. And then about gear functions. This is basically as basic a tutorial about gears as you're going to get, at least as far as purchasing stuff for them. Which do you want? So first of all, let's look at character use because we could probably upgrade some armor. Okay, so we have Aqua Souls, which are the basic heal. Then we have EP, which is the magic points in this game.
Yes.
Basically ether points.
Mm-hmm.
Omega Soul, which is heal everybody to full. We will take
Survival Tent.
about 5 of those. And about 2 of these. And now, let's talk to him again. This is the only downside, is that if somebody actually offers both, you actually have to go through the dialogue again to get to gear use. So, here we go. Got any parts to sell? Which do you want? We want for gear use. First, changing the engine is a good idea. Yes, it is. So, this is basically the gear upgrade window, for lack of a better term. So, let's go ahead and tune up. Do a refuel for both Brigadier as well as Weltall. And here's the thing. Fuel is always cheaper. It's always super cheap.
Mm.
But here's where things get expensive, because now you need to actually buy engines.
Right.
Engines, yeah. So both of these are going to be profound upgrades. Frame, that's probably a bigger upgrade. This is going to suck. Oh, and the armor's an upgrade too. Okay. Like I said, this is where it's going to kill you. I'm not even kidding on that. This is where things will kill you. And why grinding is essential. Is because you actually do need to afford all of this stuff.
Alright, shut off the sand sensors.
So, we're gonna be coming to this guy quite a bit. But first, let's see if we have anything for character use that we can sell. Oh, crap! I actually went... I suck. Okay. While I'm fixing my problem... So how you doing, Alex?
I suppose average. For
Well, it's been like
characters.
2 weeks since
Yeah.
we recorded, so we've had lots of stuff happen since then. Hob Jerky!
Hob Jerky.
Scales. Ooh.
Gold
Doesn't
nuggets.
work. We're gonna sell the Hob Jerky because it's not that great a heal. Scales, we'll sell that. Eyeball, we'll sell that. Gold Nugget, these are awesome. If you ever come across gold nuggets and bullion, immediately sell them. Because they are useless otherwise. They are literally meant to be sold.
Just like the nuggets in Pokemon.
Or, Horizon Zero Dawn actually has a bunch of stuff that's, like, literally made to sell. And Breath of the Wild, I would actually say, has some, too, because you can sell the gems for extra rubies. So that's kind of an example for people. And accessories. Do we have anything? No, not really. Not that I want to sell. Okay. Thankfully, we don't have to do full replaces on everything for every gear. Otherwise, this would be really pricey. So let's go ahead and do the one that needs it most, which is Brigadier. So, tune up. Extra engine. So we'll get him the G6 1200. He, thankfully, is the only one that needs a frame upgrade, which is basically the only way you can upgrade HP on a gear. We're going to upgrade to the highest one, which is 2700. And MS6 is actually better than MS3, so we'll go ahead and get that. And we'll go ahead and refuel. So, engine. Upgrade that. And then, thankfully, we don't need to upgrade the... crap, we do. But thankfully, we have the money. Okay. So there you go. Now we're sitting pretty at about 2,500 minimum each.
Nice.
That's as good. And let's go ahead and look at weapons. Okay, he doesn't have any. Extra parts. Why not? We'll get, like, 4 of them. And now you can sell parts, too. This will come into play not in this interface, but eventually you'll get items that you can upgrade that are like accessories for characters, but they act that way for gears. So they'll increase like their beam damage or their armor kind of thing. So in this case, so you can increase response and defense, or you can just do this and put on some extra armor to help things out for right now. And just like with characters, you eventually will upgrade weapons on gears too. Prevents camera damage, so if he ever did wild eyes on himself, then he'd be fine. Increases agility in the deserts. Okay, we're not going to take out any of this stuff. Cool. Now we're ready to go. Hi, Bal. So let's go ahead and leave Bal's house, and let's go take care of the sand sensors. Was that enough time spent in there, everybody?
Did a lot of shopping.
Thankfully, a lot of the shopping will be done off screen. And some people will be like, but then I'm losing my immersion. You're not.
Grind episodes are the worst. Trust me.
Yeah, they really are. I've seen a few Let's Players do it, and mildly, and they are hard to maintain anybody's attention. I think if I follow this, I will actually come across a sensor. Thankfully, there's only 2. Oh, and this puts me back in here. So, yay! Oh, but hey, look. We now have stuff that's going to be stupidly easy to kill.
Medusoid.
And you want to know the upside of this also, Alex? These guys still yield XP. Oh no, he's charging. Well, it's too bad I don't have something to take care of that. Oh no, I killed it. So while we're making our way through this cave, this is actually going to be a good time for us to basically repeat what we do every year, and that is go through at least a little bit of the E3 coverage that we didn't cover on the podcast that people specifically asked us instead of just the podcast panel.
Oh.
So I actually did get a question for you roughly about, did you see all of the Sonic announcements?
No.
You saw Mania.
I saw Mania.
And you're excited for that.
Yeah.
You and me both are excited for that. Let's just be honest. And we even got a release date for it, everybody. So now that's going to be coming out
In
August 15th?
Probably. Sounds about right.
For you.
It's for you.
Well, technically, I mean, I don't have to kill that guy. I really don't. Because occasionally he'll be an idiot and he'll heal me. So, I could have done that. Yay. Boom! So mean. I'm killing sand people this way. Alright, there we go. But yeah, forces you didn't see, and that revealed the villain, and also, basically it was a villain entourage thing, so it revealed, I don't think Robotnik was in the entourage, but you got Shadow, you got Chaos, I believe Silver was in there? No, was it Silver or was it Soliana? Or Solaris?
Solaris?
One of the two. There was one from that, and then I think also Lyric. It was a villain entourage.
Oh
so
god, it would not be Lyric.
I hope. Well, I can't remember if I exactly saw Lyric in it.
I can't imagine.
But the big reveal was the new Hedgehog enemy, which basically, I've made the joke, and I'll make it here. It's Sonic Jorah. Because it literally looks like Sonic if he were to put on Majora's Mask from Zelda.
Right.
And I think he even was trying to summon down the moon, so it just doesn't help. My guess is that the time travel bullcrap we dealt with in Generations, he is the new personification of that.
So he's the new Time Eater.
Yep, there we go. So that's one of them. Now we need the second. I think we can just go down here and find it. I might be wrong. Oh, no, this is the first room. So, if we wanted to, we could save. We don't need to, though, because everything is stupidly overpowered by us. And so there's no danger. Oh, okay. Maybe it was that other room that we passed through to get here. So let's go through here. So yeah, that happened. This came up, and let's just address it here. Battlefront 2, yeah, it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys wanted us to tell you aside from
We think it sucks.
we think it's, well, yeah, but it's par. That's the problem, that it, like, you and me disagree on whether or not it's par up to Battlefront 2 on PS2. But that's my argument here, is that it's like its features, aside from the HD upgrade, this is basically par with the PS2 game. This is not better than it. This is par with it. And I get Alex's argument with it, which is simply that it's not par yet, because Galactic Conquest isn't added.
It's still only one set of campaigns. It's only the Empire to the Order.
Yeah. And then on top of that, the other thing for you is that, so Galactic Conquest and the story is significantly reduced. So we don't get a cool campaign like the Imperial one does, where we can be a rebel making our way into the Resistance. And on top of that, you and I both kind of agreed with this on the podcast, which is, I don't care, but give us a campaign based in the original prequel trilogy and the original trilogy. Just put us as Joe Lamo. I don't care. Going through those battles, because we care. We want to go. Yes, we've done it numerous times, but it's always fun to go through those battles again.
I don't mind new Star Wars worlds, but yeah, it's like, why are we still getting half the content?
Yeah, exactly. I will say that they did one good thing in that regard, but this is something that technically should have happened last time, which was that yes, there is a season pass, but it's free. Like, everything that's coming out is going to be free to everybody, except if you pre-ordered, then there's going to be unique stuff. Here's the part that frustrates me with that, is, if I remember correctly, Rey and Kylo Ren are pre-order bonuses. Okay? Why? If you put them in specific outfits that mirror, like, I don't know, The Last Jedi, I'd be okay with that. But Rey and Kylo Ren from Force Awakens should be available to everybody. Okay? Really, what should be unique to a pre-order, and people are going to disagree with me on this, I don't care, is the fact that it's not necessarily you get this cool character, it's that you get this cool character in a cool outfit kind of thing. I'm cool with costume DLC. I'm not necessarily cool with the opposite, or like making characters only available that way. Otherwise, this better be a damn fighting game. Because, I mean, with fighting games, you still have to pay for those characters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi. We'll go ahead and kill you. Oh, he feels so invalid after you make that first hit. It's like, why are you making fun of me? So, I mean, obviously they've made some good steps here and there, but not enough. And people have already asked if we would redo the Drak and Shadow Try process and do Battlefront 2, like play together, since it does have couch co-op. So I'm gonna bring it up here, Alex. Is that something you want to do? I'm gonna be doing a Drak Tries for Battlefront 2. It's regardless, it's happening. But whether or not you want to be involved in it is your choice, and therefore you must choose, but choose wisely. And obviously, Alex is not answering.
That's a lot to take in.
Oh, could it actually have been? No, I think it's in that room. Crap, we have one of the sensors, we just don't have the second one. And this room, this hall specifically leads to the harder to find one. So, okay, we'll make our way here. And Alex can answer that golden question.
Yeah.
Whether or not he'll subject himself to pain for you guys.
Might as well.
Okay. I think you and I were talking about doing a tries for Mania anyway, so...
We're gonna try, so I think we should just do a full Let's Play for it already. I haven't played a Sonic game in a while.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. I'm saying like when it comes out right away. Doing a try for it. I'm not saying Mania wouldn't make it into our Let's Play list.
Why bother? Let's just cut the middleman and just go straight for the Let's Play.
Because I'm still gonna do a Drak tries regardless.
Well, that's fine, but I'm just like...
And why won't we just straight do a Let's Play? Because we got other things going on. We got other crap to get to. Okay, so... Yeah, there's our buddy.
An error has occurred.
Oh no, I've been signed out of PSN. Good, Storm Shadow won't be bothering us this entire Let's Play. Or at least this recording session.
Little Storm Shadow cameos.
We'll go ahead and... Ah, crap. I was hoping to escape. It's not like these guys are going to do any damage to me. It's back.
Kill the jellyfish.
There we go. Oh no, he's charging. What on earth will we do, Alex? How about we'll beat him endlessly with giant metal whips? That's the only thing I can't figure out. Is like, how do you make a whip out of like metal?
I don't know, because mechs.
I mean, if you were using like the bridge cables, like for the Golden Gate Bridge, then that'd make sense. But yeah, I don't know how that works.
Then I guess that's what they are. They're probably like thousands of tiny strands.
Yeah, probably. And just metal.
Meshed together.
There we go.
Like
we figured it out, Alex. We did the work for you guys.
By the way,
love you.
I love the fact the old man is named Balthazar.
Yep. Oh, just wait. Remember the game that you're playing, Alex.
It is Xenogears, yes.
Yes. Remember the game that you're playing, and the fact that it's already making some, well, Christian references.
Yeah.
And it has anime cutscenes. It's almost like we're about to have a more Hideki Anno moment, or Hideaki Anno moment.
Yes.
Yeah, so if there's already a guy named Balthazar, does that mean we might come across a guy named Gaspar and a guy named Melchior? Yes.
Will they fuse us cool new weapons? From a rainbow shell?
Well, that was only Melchior.
Yeah, I know, but I had to make the point.
I can't remember, so I'm not gonna say.
And one will give us the wings of time.
I'm going to say yes, but I can't remember specifically what they do. It'll be.
You don't have to answer. I'm just joking because it's like
No, and I'm answering honestly.
It's like,
I just don't remember. Here's the thing: the other two will meet way later.
Yeah.
And so at that point, yes, they will give us something. They won't necessarily be in that particular order. Because I don't think either of them do something. But they both get plot devices. Does that help?
Yes, that does. Considering this is a plot-heavy game.
Yes.
Oh, we haven't mentioned. I'm sure you know this, but this game was conceived almost as a sequel to Chrono Trigger.
Yes. It was.
It was indeed.
But then
they decided, nah, we'll do this whole thing.
Well, and yeah, it was a sequel to Chrono Trigger, and then at that point, I think one of the major things that held off against it was Monolith was its own team, and they actually decided to do Chrono Cross internally. So Monolith wasn't even involved.
I thought Chrono Cross was just Square.
Squaresoft in that era.
Yeah.
I say Square Enix because I'm used to saying Square Enix now.
Yeah, because it was still Square, but what do you mean I don't recall Monolith doing Chrono Cross.
No, Monolith was its own team, and so at that point, when they did Xenogears, they created their own deal, and Square published it.
So this isn't a Square produced. This is
Square published.
This is really just Square published?
I believe so. Yeah. Published by Square.
I thought this was Square developed. I don't think this is a Monolith game.
Yeah, Monolith Soft has the rights to all the Xeno series. They started at Squaresoft, but they eventually got their own rights. Go ahead and check it.
You gotta enter your password first.
Oh, yeah.
What's your password, Adam?
I'm not saying on camera. So...
Such a Game Grumps thing.
And I'm pulling the Danny here, and I'm being smart. I'm not giving the password online.
Yeah.
So there you go. Plus, I don't know if it was Monolith that was brought in for Chrono Cross or the early concepts for Chrono Trigger, the Chrono Trigger sequel. I believe they were brought in for Mana stuff though. Which, speaking of, that's actually another trailer I didn't mention in my vlogs, but I am excited for, which is Ever Oasis, which is from the same guy who does the Mana series from Squaresoft. So for people who know what Secret of Mana is, Legend of Mana, Secret of Evermore, I believe is the same guy. Sword of Mana, which is a retelling of the original, which we only know as Final Fantasy Extreme, I think? Okay. It's got a Final Fantasy name here.
So, yeah, this game was made by Square. Square Product Development Division 3, so it was made internally at Square's...
Then I need to double-check the details on how they actually got it out. Because Monolith Soft eventually split off. And because that's why we're getting Xenoblade on Nintendo consoles only. Because I believe they're officially... Monolith is a second or... I think they're officially a second-party developer for Nintendo. Because Xenoblade only comes out on Nintendo consoles.
Xenogears started out as an early concept conceived by Tetsuya Takahashi and Kari Tanaka for the Square game Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The superior in the company deemed it too dark and complicated for a fantasy.
Too dark? And then you...
But Takahashi...
That's funny because you don't know Final Fantasy, but I know how dark 7 got, so I find it funny. I was like, that's too dark.
But Takahashi was allowed to develop as a separate project. The project began under the working title Project Noah. The main impetus for Takahashi was he was growing frustrated with Final Fantasy. The initial concept...
Yeah, okay, yeah, he was one of the... He's not like one of the main guys, but he was one of the developers for the games. And so he did get tired of it. I'm sorry, I need to go back to this because it's funny that they bring up how dark it was. Because do you know anything about the development of Final Fantasy VII at all? Okay.
No.
The reason I'm giggling at the dark factor is because one of the things that heavily shaped Final Fantasy VII was Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator. His mother passed away during development. And so a lot of concepts from her death, I'm going to say that because that made Sakaguchi look into this stuff and therefore fueled the story of 7. It's all inspired by death and
right,
all of that. And so I laugh at the whole thing of, oh, Xenogears was too dark. But 7 was totally light and full of candy and rainbows.
Who knows, maybe it was even darker.
It could have been even darker, yeah. Well, I mean, this was a time where, because the PlayStation era was an experimental time for Square for me. Because we actually did get a bunch of games that actually did have gore, that did have like more adult concepts and themes to consider. So, because I've actually been on the record of saying Final Fantasy Tactics is probably one of the goriest Final Fantasy games I've ever played. You can literally walk into prisons that are just covered wall to wall in blood.
Yeah.
And in some cases, there's still they've still animated an active pool of blood in that dungeon. So it's still drip, drip, drip,